This is a teardown of a iTOMA branded InteliSet alarm clock radio. It's model CKS507, and there are no external screws exposed, so I'm gonna guess that they're under the feet. Also, you can see the posts where the screws will be going through. I think there might be one screw under the label as well, based on what I'm seeing with the posts, but we'll get there when we get there. Nope. That other post apparently is for the two of them. So this had like a lighting effect, maybe like a night light, and I think they were using the base as a diffuser from the looks of it. Alright, so I don't know where to go here now. This is some reflective plastic to help spread the light, I'm guessing. Looks like there might have been a cutout for a speaker for this unit if it were a different model. So I'm guessing this is snapped together. I'll take off this weird thing. Alright, smaller bit. Try number 1 Phillips. Also did USB charging, which is kind of cool. Oh, so this had a clock battery in it. Just slotted in there like so on this little carrier. And from the looks of it, if people are wondering, the positive side goes down. Okay, so how do we open this? Looks like there might be some locking tabs there. Good to see. Oh, yep, I was right. The problem is it wants to snap back together after I split it apart. Probably put on my safety glasses just in case. Prying on plastic bits like this always runs the risk of something flying in your face. What I need is a wedge to force that to stay apart. This might be thin enough. Can I get under there? Nope. I don't think that helped me any. There, we just pull on it hard enough to get it to pop loose. Looks like it clips in the side as well. I don't know how you would get this apart without damaging the finish. If you got a razor blade, you might be able to get under here, but yeah, you can get under here and pry it outwards. See what I'm going to do without stabbing myself in the hand. I already have some battle scars from other stuff this week. I'll just pull it until it comes off. That works. Doesn't look like it did any damage to the tabs. Got a little LED display here that was behind the tinted diffuser, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. Also interesting, there's a little photoresistor there. So that might have been how it determined whether the nightlight needs to be on. Looks like this had USB, auxiliary, Bluetooth, and FM and AM tuner. Crazy. Just looking here, the best way to get this part. I think if I can pop these loose. There we go. Nope, I'm stuck in the back. I need to get this back shell off. Looks like Hard to tell how this went together. I almost feel like this might slide in somehow, but the little LEDs protrude through the bottom. Oh boy. Well, if you pull hard enough and are willing to break stuff. Got the button board up top. Fancy little flat flex cable connecting it. With power cable, or potentially, no, power cable for the LEDs. It says LED 2. Honestly, for a no-name brand radio, it's probably okay-ish. I couldn't find a power supply compatible with it because it needs a really weird tip, so didn't even get to see if it works or not. Here's the top board with buttons and controls, along with your USB port, audio, and basically an I/O board for the radio. Looks like this face is attached. It looks like there's a seam along there. I guess we take out this one screw for the display. Let's see if that's enough to release it. Nope. Didn't see that screw there. Hidden under the little foam pad. Okay. And this is probably the antenna wire from the looks of it. Oh, not much to see there. Let's see what happens if we peel this off. So you see all the segments for the display. Bunch of surface mount LEDs. Just realized I could make custom displays like this really easily with 3D printing. PCB would be the hard part, but you could hand wire it. And I don't see any brains for this. There's a chip here, but I'm guessing that's handling the dang it. I'm guessing that's handling the LEDs. Probably like a multiplexing chip, so you can run the LEDs off of less pins, basically. Plus, there's no Bluetooth modules or anything like that, so that means there's something behind this little divider here. There has to be. There's no other cables, so I don't think they're hiding anything under the plastic housing for the display. Huh. Well, there's the back of the speaker. 2 LEDs with the wires going to them. Well, where's the brains? They must be hidden under the segments. That's the only logical explanation. Problem is it's plastic welded into place. So I guess we're going to see how hard it is to snap this off. I don't see anything that resembles a Bluetooth antenna even. Unless this isn't a model that supports any of that. Because, I mean, you wouldn't be able to see those if they weren't lit up through the front diffuser thing. Oh. Ah, alright. There's the brains. So, got a control chip there. Looks like custom etched. UST 2018. Yeah, that's more than likely handling all the functionality. I do wonder where the Bluetooth antenna is. I don't see anything that resembles a Bluetooth antenna unless they were using the radio antenna as a Bluetooth antenna as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. That was not what I was expecting to see. Definitely interesting. So hopefully you found it interesting, and thanks for watching.